On June 6, 1944, thousands of American infantrymen stepped onto the beaches of Normandy. They didn't just carry bravery into battle, they carried the equipment that would decide whether they lived or died. In this video, we break down the full D-Day loadout of a US GI, item by item, revealing exactly what a soldier brought into the largest amphibious invasion in human history. From weapons and rations to the smallest survival tools, this is what stormed the beaches of Normandy. One of the most trusted sidearms was the M1911 .45 caliber pistol, commonly issued to officers, NCOs, and assault troops. It was prized for its raw stopping power, legendary reliability, and solid steel construction, a last-ditch lifesaver in close combat. Infantrymen also carried folded map sections of the Normandy coastline, printed on thin, waterproof paper. In the chaos of the landings, these maps helped guide soldiers through beaches, hedgerows, and toward inland objectives. Protecting the head was the iconic M1 steel helmet, often called the steel pot. Weighing around 3 pounds, it was a GI's constant companion. The netting wasn't decorative, it reduced glare and allowed soldiers to weave in foliage for camouflage. Worn on the body was the M1941 field jacket, a lightweight olive-drab jacket that defined the early war American look. Stylish, yes, but many soldiers complained it wasn't warm or waterproof enough for Europe's unforgiving weather. Below it were M1937 wool trousers, thick and heavy but dependable. They might itch, but even when soaked by icy channel water, they helped retain body heat. Under the jacket, soldiers wore the M1937 wool shirt, a mustard-colored layer that provided critical insulation during the damp, cold French mornings. On their feet were Type II service shoes, ankle-high leather boots designed for long marches. By 1944, many were made of rough-out leather and treated with dubbing to resist water. Before combat boots became standard, soldiers wrapped their lower legs with the M1938 canvas leggings. These protected the ankles and kept dirt and stones out, though they were notoriously slow to lace up under pressure. The backbone of American firepower was the M1 Garand rifle. General Patton aimlessly called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. Its semi-automatic action gave U.S. infantry a massive advantage over bolt-action rifles. Feeding the Garand was the M1923 cartridge belt, the foundation of a soldier's gear. This heavy canvas belt held 10 pockets of .30-06 ammunition, keeping rifles firing during intense engagements. For carrying personal gear and rations, soldiers used the M1928 haversack, a complex canvas system infamous for spilling everything if packed incorrectly. Because D-Day began in the water, soldiers wore the M1926 inflatable flotation belt, also known as the life belt. A squeeze of the triggers inflated it with CO2 if a soldier went overboard. Gas protection came in the form of the M7 rubberized assault gas mask bag, worn high on the chest. Waterproof and invasion-specific, it kept the mask dry during the surf landing. Soldiers also wore a gas detection brassard on their shoulder, chemically treated paper that changed color if deadly gas agents were present. For close combat, the M1 bayonet attached directly to the Garand. Whether clearing trenches or opening crates, its 10-inch blade was a brutal tool. Digging in meant survival, and for that, soldiers carried the M1910 T-handle entrenching tool, awkward to haul but priceless when artillery began falling. The shovel was secured using the M1910 entrenching tool carrier, with leather straps preventing it from bouncing while running. Hydration meant life. The M1910 aluminum canteen held 1 quart of water, often flavored with purification tablets or metallic aftertaste. Nested beneath it was the M1910 canteen cup, serving as cooking pot, coffee mug, and shaving basin all in one. The canteen cover, lined with felt, used evaporation cooling to keep water drinkable even in warmer conditions. Medical survival depended on the M1942 first aid pouch attached to the web belt and ready for immediate treatment. Inside was the Carlisle first aid dressing tin, holding sterile bandages and sometimes sulfa powder to prevent infection. For explosive power, soldiers carried the Mk2 fragmentation grenade, the iconic pineapple, heavy, lethal, and devastating in bunkers or trenches. The Garand was fed using 8-round N-block clips. Once empty, the clip ejected with the unmistakable metallic ping. To protect weapons from sand and salt water, soldiers used a plyofilm waterproof rifle cover, thin enough to fire straight through if needed. Food was carried in the M1932 meat can mess kit, an oval 2-section pan used whenever hot meals were available. It was stored in the M1910 meat can pouch, usually strapped to the haversack to prevent rattling. Daily calories came from the K ration box, packed with canned meat, biscuits, coffee, and cigarettes, barely enough to keep men moving. For emergencies, soldiers carried the D-ration chocolate bar, dense, heat-resistant, and so hard it often had to be shaved with a knife. Illumination came from the TL-122 flashlight, the signature crook-neck design that clipped to suspenders and accepted colored lenses for signaling. Identification was handled by U.S. Army dog tags, 2 steel tags listing name, serial number, blood type, and religion, marking a soldier in life and death. Often overlooked but vital were standard-issue wool socks. Dry socks were the only defense against trench foot in flooded foxholes. Finally, soldiers carried the M5 assault gas mask, designed specifically for Normandy. Lighter and flatter than earlier versions, it provided protection against potential chemical attacks during the invasion.